So let's do something fun for the holidays.
Okay.
Something quick, but something that adds Christmas cheer.
Christmas cheer and value.
And value.
All wrapped up in one.
In one little present that we will put right underneath your tree.
Okay. Hey, I'm Tim C.
Hey, I'm Landon Blank.
You're listening to Hacking Concrete. Yeah! I'm going to leave my glasses on today because I'm going to be reading my phone a lot. Is that all right?
We have got something for you guys.
I mean, this is questionable whether or not we should do it, but we're going to do it.
This is one of those where we might regret it. Let's go for it.
So Landon and I have a text thread, and whenever we get a funny voicemail, we texted each other.
We do. We do.
So we're going to go through some voicemails today. And I'm going to start with my favorite one. This might confuse you, but here we go.
Hey, sweetie, this is Elsa. I was calling to find out if my little fishing man was ready. I hadn't heard anything, so I'd appreciate if you give me a call at 525. Thank you, and have a good evening.
And obviously, you're going to cut the numbers. And
I'll take the number.
So we have gotten this phone call several times, and this is the favorite. Yeah. But she's not the only one that's called about this.
She's not, no, but that's probably the funniest one, my little fishing man.
Your little fishing man. So what she requested a concrete mold of a guy sitting on a bench fishing.
Yeah, he did.
Which is fairly common. We've seen it before.
Yeah, we have.
There was another crazy one someone asked us about.
People always call and ask for steps. They always want mobile steps for some reason.
Mobile steps.
Somebody called one time and asked about the Sasquatch statue.
Yes. Yeah.
But why are we getting these though, right? So the story is that, well, we live in Lynchburg, Virginia, and Lynchburg has this unusual place called Concrete World.
That's been around forever.
Forever, yeah. You can look it up. And I was just there with my family the other day, so here's a picture.
You actually called me when you were in Concrete World. I called you.
And anyways, so people will just type decorative concrete because they think Concrete World is they have decorative concrete things, which they do. This is accurate. So people type decorative concrete, they call and they ask us about their statues.
Yes. But the funny thing is that was the second time she called because she described what she wanted the first time. And then she said, or did she wanted to make sure of the hat or she
said she wanted to make sure we had it. I don't know.
Okay. Let's go to another one.
All right. Good. So let's see. We'll go to number 2.
Says you got to go online and fill out a fucking... What a bunch of shit.
Oh my gosh. All right, when that's bleeped out, you won't... All right, so that one's when we basically got cussed out on.
Yeah. We just can't answer the phone all the time.
Not all the time.
We're just not the kind of people that you're going to get on the phone because we get a lot of calls like the Concrete World lady. We get so many calls and
Google listings nonstop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they call and we like strongly suggest that, hey, would you please go online? Because if they call and leave a voicemail, the process is we check the voicemail within a day or two, pick the phone up, call them, ask a bunch of questions where, and it's like a 2 or 3 day thing because we're not.
It is.
We're not always on our A game. Where if they would just go fill out the form, then it would, we could email them back within an hour or two because we can email from while we're grinding or something. But we're not always in a position to call people back. So they get better service if they fill a form out.
I can't. That has been so great for us, and everyone should do it. Just straight up, everyone should have that form filled out.
Yeah,
should be able to do that on your website.
We give much better service when people do it. They think we're being lazy, but they're getting better service.
Yes, they are. Right.
But, some people don't like it, and you're going to hear about that today. Goodness gracious. That was aggressive. All right, next.
Really? An answer machine?
Oh, boy.
Won't be using you.
Wow. I mean, he didn't even give us a shot.
No.
Like, not even a thought.
Or people might get tired of us sitting here laughing listening to us laugh at other people, but...
I'm sorry, but it's just the way he said it is, you guys are the scum of the earth.
Yeah, he did. So something else about the form that people don't realize is that this is really... I always worry that we're going to sound really arrogant, but this is just the way it is. when customers approach us, they're vetting us to try to like find the right company, but we're also doing that to them.
That's a great point because we talk about it all the time. We were like, thank goodness that didn't go any further.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine doing a job for this guy?
Yeah.
If he has that kind of attitude where he's calling you that close,
To a stranger.
he could have fooled us.
Mm-hmm. Just a complete stranger.
He could have fooled us.
I think we would have weeded him out anyways.
Probably so. Probably so.
All right. You want to do the next one?
Let's do it.
I can't believe you're not answering your phone. How do you make money if you don't answer the phone and take care of your customers?
I think that was the same guy.
Well, first of all, he implies that he's a customer already. We do take care of our customers.
Yeah, that's true.
We go above and beyond taking care of our customers.
Was that the same? Let's see.
It's
Really? An answer machine?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
guy. Same guy.
Won't be using you.
But he called back.
You know what impresses me about the website so much that he gave it 2 calls.
That's true.
He liked our work so much that he gave it 2 calls.
Well, maybe they just couldn't get to the phone. I should try again.
All right.
That's what he thought. I don't know. I don't want this to seem like we're just hating on people, but the only ones that are going to make the show here are people who do something outlandish.
Let's go. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I need to speak to a human voice. I don't want to talk to some chat number. I want to talk to a human being. Call me back at this number, 705, if you want my business.
And we don't.
I think it's going to be a lot of these.
Oh, let's go.
Apparently we send each other the same things over and over and over. Next.
Forget it.
Oh, man. We have missed out on. Oh, boy.
I guess the concern here is that we're going to have a whole show of us just laughing at people.
Next.
Okay, so you sent me a text and you told me to go online, and I called and left a message before that, distinctly for the purpose of the fact that I don't want to fill out a form online. So, and I would really appreciate somebody calling me. I don't fill out forms online due to security issues with computers, and I want to talk to a real person, and then for an estimate, I don't want it done online. I want the person to come out and look at what I have, give me ideas, maybe have me spend more than I was planning on because their ideas are better. So I'd
This
really
is a good one to
appreciate a
talk
call.
about.
Thanks.
All right. So I called her back.
Yeah.
I did. Do you remember me? Where I was in Iowa when this happened.
Yep.
And
I remember this one.
that kind of got on my nerves. It stressed me out a little bit. Kind of got on my nerves. But I called her back, and she was like seriously concerned
Okay,
about.
so
Sorry, she was seriously concerned about like being hacked for some reason.
That's a first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get that now, and probably older,
Yeah.
a little bit older.
So the thing about that is, though, I called her and I went through like all the stuff that she wanted done, and it was like some off the wall job that, I can't remember the exact specifics, but it was something that we couldn't do. It was like tile on top of wood, and she wanted to do something. So, again, she just filled the form out. It would have been like we just spent 10 seconds saying we can't do that. Whereas this way, I called her and I was on the phone for like half an hour.
Right. Right. So if we definitely should get back with messages faster. We do have a problem with that. I would say this.
Oh yeah, we definitely have a problem with that.
But the beauty of the form, let's go back to the form. The form is boom, right away. Okay, that is the type of job we want. We send back a quick email. Can you send us some pictures of the space? Typically that happens within that same night.
Yep.
Or within a couple of hours. Now we have everything we need. We're ready to roll.
Yeah. And most people are okay with it once they realize that like we're not sending the price. All right, I'll step back a little bit. Our competitor in town, I've been on estimates, and this other competitor says that we're going to do a bait and switch on them. And it's so stupid because the word term is bait and switch is that something that this concrete marketer, he has this on like talking points for your salesman when you go out on jobs. And if other people give a price, that you should say, no, I want to meet in person, because they're going to bait and switch you. So this other competitor convinces people that like there's some trickery going on with us doing that, but there's not. I've never changed the price from what I've emailed out. Have you?
Never.
Like it's so simple. Like, if it's a garage, we're not going to go out and email the price for something like Sequest where it's 10,000 feet and we were doing all this crazy stuff. We're not emailing a price for that. But for somebody's garage floor or somebody's basement floor, like where it's just concrete, nothing's really going to change about it. We can price that without seeing it in person, just from a photograph.
Mm-hmm.
And
I get a lot of times I get, would you like to come and see the concrete? And I'm like, there's been so many floors. Typically we can tell from a picture.
Yeah.
We've kind of seen, I think we've pretty much been on every floor that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just nothing but wasting your time. And it's just wasting time.
Yeah, it is wasting time. So,
But sorry, but I get that aspect of wanting to meet the person and forming a relationship and then shake hands and do the job. But we also always say, if this price sounds good to you, we'll come out.
Yeah, we'll come out. No pressure.
Yep.
You're not obligated. But this is what it's going to cost. Do you still want us to come out?
Right.
And it's saving us a lot of time, but it saves them a lot of time too. I can't stand meeting people at my house.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to do that and have to. I don't know. I don't want to have to like meet a bunch of people to get a price or something that I could. That's just not me though.
Sure.
Some personalities might want to do that.
Unless it's like you said, like at a garage thing or where it's like, 5 different garages and multiple different attachments. It's going to take all this different type of thing to work out. Get it. Totally.
Yeah. So like we do fight this battle, but there really is a superior way for people to get pricing from us. I mean, on their part and our part. There's no like trickery happening. It's just, I don't know. It's just modern convenience.
Yeah.
2020 kind of got us to where we were able to get away with it. And that's
Right.
really where it really started, to where we were doing mostly virtual estimates like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame because it's kind of swinging back to people wanting us to come out all the time.
It is.
This would be a funny one, I think.
Well, the heck with you guys. No personal. Yeah.
Wait, did we play that yet?
I don't know. That's funny if you played it again.
I think this is the same person.
Nope, not going to do it.
That's a great one. Not going to do it.
Yeah, so we try to get people to do the form thing, and before we did this form thing, we had another office secretary. Her name was Chloe that worked for us,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say that was our A game when she was doing that. She was calling people back because she understood what we did because her husband used to work for us.
Mm-hmm.
She really understood all that we were doing, understood the whole business, right? So when they moved away and we hired somebody else who didn't really understand what we did,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't work very well.
There you go. Right. That's right. And the problem that I think you always run into that position. First of all, what we do is it's somewhat technical and complicated. People don't understand it. We always get told all the time. So polish it. You just run something over it, and then it's shiny. I'm like, no, it's a lot more involved.
Yeah.
So you just come out and put epoxy down on it.
Yeah.
My first thought is that for the position that we can afford,
Mm-hmm.
we can pay for,
Yeah.
it's going to take a pretty on the ball type A.
Yeah.
On knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just rotated through those positions and trying to get to the right person. We had to move to where this is a better option.
Yeah. You mean like a virtual thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so once we tried hiring people in town to do stuff for us, and then I tried to like farm it out to somebody who was like doing it part-time from home. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We were like paying a few dollars per call.
Right.
That didn't work either because she didn't understand what we did. And what I found was that we were getting, people were calling and leaving a message with her. And because she was taking the message, it sounded like we were interested in the job.
True.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I would be getting these messages like, this guy wants you to come out and look at pouring a new pool for him on the inside of a pool or something crazy.
Yes.
And that's not what we do either.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm like, it's worse than the form because they're not mad at me because we make them fill out the form. They're mad at me because like we've shown interest.
Right.
And I'm calling them back saying, no, we don't actually do that.
Yeah.
That weird job. That's strange. Nobody's, I don't know who does that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of that. And then we switched to this service. Do I name the service?
I don't even remember that.
That was the most recent one that I
Okay.
did. Was that earlier this year? I feel like that was this year. You remember that?
I do remember that now. And it was just the most craziest. It was just such a waste of time.
it was like that part-time person who didn't really that was taking all these messages.
Yeah.
Only it was worse because these people they would not do what I asked them to do. I was trying to get them I was trying to get the Jill office to make them fill out the form. And they weren't though. They were just like, I would be getting these messages. It was like, Tom wants you to call back about his patio. And it'd be super vague and it saved me no time at all.
And it's incentive based for the people that are answering the phone calls because the leads, we're charged with each lead.
Yeah, we're charged by the minute basically.
But yeah, and so of course they're going to want to send us as much as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I guess, I don't know why I don't know. It was.
Why would they take time to weed something out when they're not going to get paid for it?
I think there was too many people there that they didn't know that they needed to be weeding people out. I think that they were more accustomed to working for like your buddy's heating and air company where they want every customer they can get.
Sure.
Because they probably can. If someone calls about heating and air.
Broke AC. No heat.
Yeah. They go
Boom.
fix it. Right. That's a little bit different than people calling Decorative Concrete of Virginia and asking to do a little fishing man out in the front porch. You know what I mean? And the answering service they wouldn't take the time to realize the difference.
Mm-hmm. So this is where we're at from now. In my gut, though, I do wish we had someone in the office.
Yeah, we're back to the form, but we really...
I think it is the best.
It is the best. Having somebody like we had with Chloe, that was the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how to find that person.
Right.
Seems like everyone that we find that is interested in that sort of job is not a type A person. They're just a check in, check out, and answer the phone and write down whatever the person says and move on.
Or it's a filler position.
Yeah.
Come in for a little while.
So that's where we are on the handling the phone service.
So we had to share these. We were sitting here laughing about these phone messages, and we were like, we have to share it.
Yeah.
It is classic.
Yeah. So it's not that we're being lazy. That's just the best way for us.
How can we optimize time?
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the best way for us and for our customers until we can find somebody that is like on their A game answering the phone. There's no reason. We've proven with the answering service that there's no reason to answer the phone.
Right.
So I don't know.
There you go.
That's where we are.
That's a good one.